Radiant team ban.
Dire team's turn to ban.
Or might be in a bit more trouble, and I think that their last pick want Tiny Core against Witch Doctor, Monkey King, Gyro. It's just too difficult for him. He can die too easily. You won't have that same game that we saw previous Liquid versus TNC matchup, because this is more of a traditional tri-core from Mineski. You already have the OD and the Underlord that are going to soak up. You can't just have this Blink Echo crushing Armel Tiny.
Willow ban here.
So you think it's a core last pick for Mineski? I was going to say Lifestealer or Ursa, just because it's a hero that kind of goes in and ignores a lot of the damage from these two cores that they picked up so far, and is great at just dealing direct physical damage to them. Yeah, that's the other solution, right?
I just like the Venge because...
Well,
I don't really...
bat for LGD. Fair draft.
A Weaver wouldn't be bad. I think that made Core Venge better, because now the longer range swap and an eventual BKB. Like, if you look at swap in this game, it's such a good spell. You might want this hero to just get a lot of levels. And I don't think you need more damage necessarily to beat LGD's lineup. You just need the ability to outfight them and ensure that you outlast them in that first 5 to 10 seconds of the engagement, where they have the lasso to call down the flak. You have OD save, you have Gyro running in, a swap. I feel like you just outlive that through that damage and you're going to be good to go. But this is the beauty of Mineski's lineup, where they could have 2 supports, they could have 3 cores. Who knows? It's just about what they think is optimal at pick.
Porta thinks so.
That was the Oracle again, yeah. And the Dark Willow.
It's going to be a Venge core. I really like that choice. I think that's very solid here.
Oh, no. Monkey King hates that hero because you pop Shuttle Realm and then you get your offensive ultimate out. I can't remember what it's called, the little wisp that comes out and does a bunch of damage. Yeah, you just run over the Monkey King.
Yeah, and it is Venge support, actually. So they have this massive damage and roaming potential from those supports. Like they have like 7 stuns now between 2 of those heroes and 3 ultimates. So, I mean, I told you what I wanted by the second pick.
Yeah, you're already done. We've done Kyle already.
Mineski. I felt pretty silly from last game. Definitely going Mineski this time.
Okay, so Kyle, Mineski, and Cap, Mineski, and Jack is...
Yeah, the 71 Revenge. This one too.
A clean sweep as far as the Mineski boys are concerned. In this one, they have the edge as far as the panel members are concerned. Another great draft from the SEA boys. Can they make sure of a top 2 finish here at a major for the first time in their history and move to 4th place in the DPC? A lot on the line as we head into game number 2.
Thank you, Red. Yes, game 2 now between Mineski and LGD. No Huskar this time round.
No Huskar, no Brood.
We're seeing some stuff a little different. One of the things as well, definitely the fact that LGD, they do get that Monkey King against the Ice Underlord, which we did see back when we know Mineski.
Yeah, and it's also, it's just a really good hero versus Underlord, and they even picked the Witch Doctor on top too. So that Maledict can really start to turn the tides. I believe that they're probably going to duel in to make sure that Ice actually gets a lot out of this. So we'll see how it all plays out. I kind of do like that they made this Venge support, because you're playing versus Bat Rider. So me and you were kind of like talking back and forth a bit.
Oh, yes.
We're looking where Bat, the Venge, we don't see it too much, but Swap, of course, going to be very good to break that lasso. And then also, the interactions that they can do versus this Monkey King in the mid game can be really interesting. They have Toss to throw him out of his ultimate, Venge Swap to throw him out of his ultimate, and Dark Willow Terrorize to fear him out of his ultimate, which all are going to be pretty damn good versus that Monkey King.
Absolutely.
So let's see if LGD can actually make this work, though, if they can snowball the lanes, because that's going to be really important for them to get online versus Mineski, who's been on fire.
Certainly see Arme's Monkey King. Is it enough to step it up against all these counters that Mineski do have for it?
So they can scout the lane. They want to have that Monkey King versus the Underlord. We want to make sure they don't get like some dodge lane coming out.
Do you think this is a lane that how will ISOS react to this? Will he sort of call for support to be there to help him in the lane, or will he actually try and hard dodge it, even if it does get forced upon him and LGD do find the initial match?
I feel like they might actually... like either a dual lane or they might even bring like 3 heroes to rotate just to make sure that this Underlord has a good game.
The battle
So they're gonna put the bat for that top lane, and OD will be bottom. So I believe Mineski will be very happy with this.
Excellent.
Stuck into game 2. LGD versus top lane. Let's trying to play around a bit with Ice, but Ice will he'll be able to grab those creeps with him. Done too much about it.
Batrider can do decent versus Underlord too. That's the thing, but they're gonna pull the creep wave right away, as you mentioned, to make sure that Ice gets that level advantage at least at the start, and you'll see Jabs do the same thing he did last game. Throw the harassment under the tower onto Chalice. This is the exact same thing, actually, that happened in the last game when Abaddon was tanking the creep wave. So the bottom lane, Mushi, will be pretty shut down, though. This tri-lane, they've already got the lane in a good spot. And they actually missed the D ward there by Ninja Boogie on the pole block. So they can't actually reset the positioning of the lane. So LGD should win this one pretty hard.
Top Chalice getting stuck in those sort of warriors at the moment. Against Ice Underlord, but Ice still leading the CS for 2. Up that wave with the Firestorm.
Yeah, they're keeping Jabs up here for the time being to make sure that Ice has that good game, as we've mentioned. Mid lane, Somnus. Going to suffer a bit on the last hits versus Tiny. That base damage is just ridiculous in the mid lane. Bottom, though, they trap Mushi.
They're going in. He will have the defensive Astral, but at the same time, Snowball won't connect, but they are surrounding him. And with that Maledict building up, they've got it. First blood for LGD. As that strong lane that you were talking about gets the job done against Mushi.
Yeah, he's really going to suffer down here. But the other 2 lanes going great for Mineski.
Mid lane, 10 for 5 against the 5 for 1 Moon.
Did you not?
You idiot.
The Russia is here again.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Relieved of duty.
Well, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Wicked sick.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
Monster kill.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. could use some help. Where did Radiant's middle tower go? Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Godlike. I hit the kill switch. Thank you.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Victory! Your ban. Five seconds remaining. Hey, it's your turn to pick now. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pretty sure it's your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. It's your turn to pick. Are you gonna pick one or what? Hey, it's your turn to pick now.